Every human being is born with a hidden force inside them, a force so powerful that, once awakened, it can change the direction of their entire life. This force is what we call the thunder within. It is not loud at first. It does not announce itself. It stays quiet, buried deep beneath fear, doubt, failure, and society's expectations. Most people live their whole lives without ever realizing it exists. But those who do realize it, those who awaken it, become unstoppable. The thunder within is your hidden strength. It is not something you receive from the outside world. It is not given by money, education, status, or luck. It is formed through struggle. It grows through pain. It is sharpened by disappointment. Every hardship you have faced has secretly added power to your inner thunder. Even when you felt weak, broken, or lost, what you thought was destroying you was actually building you. Think about this. When life is easy, humans rarely grow. Comfort makes us slow, lazy, and dependent. But struggle forces us to dig deeper. It forces us to discover abilities we never knew we had. That is where the thunder is born. In moments when you felt like quitting but still took one more step, that was your thunder whispering. In moments when everyone doubted you but you still believed, that was your thunder forming. The tragedy is not that people fail. The tragedy is that people never try, never push themselves far enough to awaken what's already inside them. Fear keeps the thunder asleep. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of being different. Society teaches us to be quiet, to fit in, to follow safe paths. Over time, this silence becomes normal, and the thunder within us fades into the background. But understand this clearly. Your thunder does not disappear, it waits. It waits for the moment you decide that your current life is no longer enough. It waits for the moment you get tired of excuses. It waits for the moment you stop asking for permission and start taking responsibility. Awakening the thunder begins with awareness, the realization that you are not weak, not ordinary, not powerless. You have simply not activated what's already there. Your past struggles are proof of your strength, not evidence of your weakness. Every time you survived something that you thought you wouldn't, your thunder grew louder. The pain you endured gave you resilience. The failures you experienced gave you wisdom. The loneliness you felt gave you independence. Nothing was wasted. Everything added to the power inside you. However, hidden strength remains useless if it stays hidden. Awakening the thunder means owning your story instead of running from it. It means accepting your scars as symbols of survival, not shame. Many people spend their lives trying to forget their past, but strong people learn from it and transform it into fuel. When you stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as a survivor, your thunder begins to rise. This thunder is also deeply connected to belief. Belief in yourself, not fake confidence, not loud arrogance, but quiet, unshakable belief. The kind of belief that keeps moving forward even when results are slow. The kind of belief that says, I will figure it out, even when the path is unclear. That belief is the sound of thunder building in the distance. Remember, thunder is not created by calm skies. It is created by collision, by pressure, tension, and intensity. In the same way, your inner strength grows strongest when life challenges you the most. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Start asking, what is this trying to awaken in me? When you awaken the thunder within, your mindset changes. You stop waiting for motivation and start creating discipline. You stop blaming circumstances and start controlling your actions. You stop comparing your journey to others and focus on becoming better than your past self. This shift is subtle, but its impact is massive. People who have awakened their thunder move differently. They speak with purpose. They walk with confidence. They don't need validation because they know who they are. They don't fear failure because they understand it is part of growth. Their power doesn't come from noise, it comes from certainty. And here is the most important truth. Everyone has thunder within them, but not everyone is willing to awaken it. Awakening requires courage. It requires honesty. It requires effort. It means choosing growth over comfort, discipline over excuses, and purpose over fear. But once awakened, this thunder becomes your greatest ally. It pushes you forward when motivation fades. It reminds you of your strength when doubt appears. It becomes the force that carries you through storms instead of breaking you. So do not underestimate yourself. Do not silence your inner voice. Do not live a life smaller than your potential. The thunder within you is real, powerful, and ready. All it needs is the thunder within you does not awaken in comfort. It never has, and it never will. Thunder is not born in calm skies. It is created in storms. In the same way, your inner power does not rise when life is easy, predictable, and safe. It rises when you are tested, pressured, and pushed beyond what feels comfortable. This is one of the hardest truths to accept, but also one of the most powerful. Comfort keeps the thunder asleep. Action wakes it up. Most people spend their lives chasing comfort. Comfort feels good. It feels safe. It feels familiar. But comfort is also silent. It does not challenge you, stretch you, or demand growth from you. In comfort, your potential remains untouched. Your thunder stays quiet. You may survive in comfort, but you will never truly rise there. Action is uncomfortable by nature. Action means risking failure. It means stepping into uncertainty. It means choosing effort when excuses feel easier. This is why so many people talk about change but never experience it. They wait for confidence before acting, not realizing that confidence is created by action, not before it. The thunder does not awaken because you feel ready. It awakens because you move despite fear. Fear is not a sign to stop. Fear is a signal that you are standing at the edge of growth. Every time you avoid action because of fear, you strengthen comfort. Every time you take action despite fear, you strengthen your thunder. Growth has always demanded courage, and courage has always required movement. Look closely at moments in your life when you truly changed. It was never when everything was easy. It was when you were forced to act, when staying the same became more painful than trying something new. Those moments of pressure, confusion, and struggle were not punishments. They were invitations. Invitations to awaken the thunder within you. Comfort creates excuses. Action creates results. Comfort says, "I'll start tomorrow." Action says, "I'll start now." Comfort says, "What if I fail?" Action says, "What if I learn?" Comfort says, "I'm not ready." Action says, "I'll become ready on the way." The thunder within you responds only to action. It grows louder with every step forward. The first step is always the hardest because it breaks the spell of comfort. Once you move, momentum begins to build. One action leads to another. One decision creates clarity. One brave step opens doors you couldn't see while standing still. Many people wait for motivation to act, but motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Discipline, however, is built through repeated action. When you act even on days you don't feel like it, you train your mind to obey your purpose instead of your emotions. This is when the thunder truly awakens. When your actions are no longer controlled by comfort, fear, or mood. Storms strengthen thunder. Resistance creates power. Every challenge you face is resistance, and resistance is necessary for growth. Just like muscles grow by pushing against weight, your inner strength grows by pushing against difficulty. If life feels hard right now, it is not because you are weak. It is because you are being prepared for something greater. Avoiding the challenge delays your growth. Facing it awakens your thunder. Action also brings clarity. Overthinking keeps people stuck, but action cuts through confusion. You don't need a perfect plan to begin. You need movement. When you take action, feedback appears, lessons appear, adjustments become possible. Clarity follows action, never the other way around. Thunder is bold. It does not ask for permission. It does not wait for approval. It announces its presence through force. When you start acting boldly, speaking up, showing up, trying again, you begin to embody that same energy. People feel it. Opportunities respond to it. Life shifts around those who move with purpose. Comfort makes time pass quietly. Action makes time meaningful. Years can disappear in comfort without progress, while a single year of focused action can completely transform a life. The difference is not talent or luck, It is the willingness to act when it's uncomfortable, uncertain, and difficult. Awakening the thunder within requires you to make a decision. Will you obey comfort, or will you obey your potential? You cannot serve both. Comfort asks you to stay small. Action demands that you grow. You will not feel powerful before you act. You will feel powerful because you acted. The moment you choose action despite fear, despite doubt, despite uncertainty, something shifts inside you. Your self-respect grows. Your belief strengthens. Your identity begins to change. You stop seeing yourself as someone who dreams and start seeing yourself as someone who does. This identity shift is the true awakening of thunder. Remember this. Storms don't weaken thunder, they create it. So step into the storm. Take the risk. Do the hard thing. Speak the truth. Try again. Move forward even when your voice shakes. That is where your thunder lives. And once you choose action over comfort, again and again, your thunder will no longer whisper. It will roar. When the thunder within you finally awakens, life stops being a waiting game. You no longer wait for the perfect moment, the right mood, or external approval. Progress becomes inevitable not because the path is easy, but because you have changed. An awakened thunder transforms how you think, act, and move through the world. Once this shift happens, stagnation is no longer an option. Before awakening, most people live reactively. They react to circumstances, emotions, opinions, and setbacks. Their progress depends on motivation, and motivation is unstable. Some days it's strong, most days it disappears. But when your thunder awakens, you stop relying on motivation and start operating from identity. You don't act because you feel like it, you act because it's who you are. This is the moment progress becomes unavoidable. An awakened thunder creates direction. You stop drifting and start moving with purpose. You know what matters, and you stop wasting energy on what doesn't. Distractions lose their power. Excuses sound weak. Time becomes valuable. Every action, even small ones, begins to align with a bigger vision. You don't need to see the entire journey, you just need to keep moving forward. And you do. Progress is not sudden. It is consistent. And consistency is the natural result of an awakened thunder. When thunder awakens, discipline replaces hesitation. Discipline is not punishment. It is self-respect in action. You show up even when it's hard. You keep promises to yourself. You do the work when no one is watching. This daily commitment compounds over time, turning effort into excellence. Progress becomes the byproduct of who you've become. An awakened thunder also changes how you handle failure. Failure no longer stops you, it teaches you. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" you ask, "What can I learn from this?" Every setback becomes feedback. Every mistake becomes a lesson. This mindset alone accelerates growth more than talent ever could. People with awakened thunder don't quit easily, not because they never feel tired, but because quitting no longer feels like an option. They understand that discomfort is temporary, but regret lasts forever. They push through resistance not with anger, but with purpose, and that persistence makes progress inevitable. Your confidence also evolves. It becomes quieter, deeper, and unshakable. You don't need applause to keep going. You don't seek validation from others. You measure success by effort, growth, and integrity. This internal confidence frees you from comparison. You stop competing with others and start competing with your past self. When your thunder awakens, people notice not because you're loud, but because you're consistent. Your energy changes. Your presence changes. Opportunities begin to appear, not by magic, but because your actions align with growth. Preparation meets opportunity, and progress accelerates. Awakened thunder also builds resilience. Life will still challenge you. Storms will still come. But now, storms no longer break you, they strengthen you. You recover faster. You adapt quicker. You keep moving. This resilience ensures that no matter what happens, progress continues. Momentum becomes your greatest ally. Small wins create belief. Belief fuels more action. Action builds results. Results reinforce identity. This cycle repeats until growth feels natural. What once felt impossible becomes normal. What once felt hard becomes habit. This is why progress becomes inevitable, because it is no longer dependent on circumstances. An awakened thunder gives you ownership over your life. You stop blaming your past, your environment, or other people. You take responsibility for your choices, your effort, and your future. Responsibility is power. The moment you accept full responsibility, you gain full control. And control leads to progress. You also gain clarity about what truly matters. You stop chasing everything and start focusing on what moves you forward. Focus multiplies effort. Effort creates mastery. Mastery creates momentum. This clarity protects your progress from distractions and burnout. Most importantly, an awakened thunder gives your life meaning. Progress is no longer just about success or achievement. It's about becoming the strongest version of yourself. Every step forward feels earned. Every win feels purposeful. Every struggle feels necessary. Remember this: progress does not come from wishing, it comes from awakening. Once awakened, your thunder pushes you forward on days when you feel weak. It reminds you who you are when doubt creeps in. It keeps you moving when the road is long and lonely. This internal force becomes your engine. And the truth is simple but powerful. People who awaken their thunder cannot stay stuck. They may move slowly at times. They may stumble. They may face setbacks. But they always move forward. Because thunder, once awakened, does not return to silence. So awaken it, trust it, follow it, and let your progress become unstoppable.